Okay. Our stream has officially begun. Yes. Yes. How many spell slots can you use to check? But yeah, um, I believe you were searching for the next pathway down, if I'm correct. Yep. 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 Mhm. Yeah. Actually, I will say, Aubrey, make an Arcana check. Oh, because I just wanted to test to see if you actually prepared for once. Yeah. Nice. Um, the face eerily matched descriptions and pictures and such of the Mad Mage himself. Cool. Do you head back up? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, a couple of the drow had to take a take a turn to get their armor back on. Yeah. And I'm saying specifically with yourself. No. Mm. So you head back up. From here, it's easy enough and safe enough, especially since you literally are probably a little over 100, 200 feet away from the stairs. Um, but yeah, you're able to get back to the second level. And do we want to just fast track all the way to the top, and then fast track back down here? Mm-hmm. There are a couple of paths you did leave unchecked, but mm-hmm. It yeah, yeah. You can leave the goblin. Or eh. Gives two thumbs up. He kind of looks at the sentient ooze quizzically, but still looks confused. He waits for you to leave before he does anything. He's looking at you. He's tried communicating, and he's just kind of waiting for you guys to leave. It's not that he doesn't trust you, but he doesn't trust you. Yeah, yeah, you only saved his life. Mm-hmm. 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 And it has taken a couple of days. So you head yeah, you head back to Waterdeep. And through it takes a little bit, but you're able to eventually get back up to the first level. Out of curiosity, do you guys pay the gold coin to take the elevator up? Okay. Uh so, those of you who do mark a gold coin for the elevator, and the platform comes down after you tug on the rope a bit. Um, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Does it have a gold cost associated with it? Okay. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So you are you going shopping first, or are you going to give an update to the mission first? Mhm. Also, are you going? Are you going to visit Lady Rosnar as well? Ah, okay. Okay. So you can find Lady Rosnar in one of the rooms. Yeah, in one of the rooms at the at the yawning portal. She has given you her room number, and as you knock, she goes, "Just a minute." As her handmaid opens up. Um, yes. Do you have any news? Um, I think your friend is having trouble. Don't tell me he's got himself in with the wrong crowd and you couldn't get him out. What is buffering? What? The handmaiden. I understand what he's talking about. It is taking him time to gather his thoughts. Yes, Gleb, I do remember you. Do you have an update on my brother? What? How did he get deeper? Now, out. Yeah. He- okay, you've switched around two different objectives. Yeah. The last you've seen of her brother was his finger around the neck of the warlord Azrak. You remember seeing the signet ring on the finger. The deal didn't work out. Did any of you ask about it? Okay, well. Mm, okay. I mean, you guys can say he's somewhere deeper if you'd like. Mm, that is also true. Oh, all right. Thank you for the update. I'll stay here and pray for his safe return. Hopefully, he'll come back to us whole. She gets kind of a hopeful look to her eye, and yeah. Ah. uh. Thank you. All right. Okay. That is understandable. If he's indeed deeper than expected, it'll take some time. Thank you for the update. You do too. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, um, as you head out, a bard who's sitting outside the door kind of looks up and goes, "Hey, you're the adventurers who have been going down into the dungeon, right?" Well, you came back and you weren't running with your tail between your legs, though. You're resupplying. Expression, friend. Mm-hmm. Well, would you be willing to help me out a little bit? Well, I mean, if your travels get you to Skullport, could you hand off something for somebody? Um, she's a female half drow named Kalal Kladani. She runs a tavern called the Flagon and Dragon in Skullport. She helped a friend of mine out, and want to give her her money's worth. Huh, just a friend of mine. The owner's name is Kalal Kladani. No. You haven't been to that specific tavern, but you know, you have a general knowledge of where it is. Uh, just a bag of moonstones. It's basically a gem. A gem worth a good amount of coin. I don't think so, unless there are there there are moonstones in the Feywild. Certainly, moonstone isn't necessarily a Feywild gem, but uh, Gleb, make a nature check with advantage. Ooh, 20. You are aware that a couple of friends of your patron are moonstone dragons. So you're not sure of the relation, despite aside from the dragons themselves, but it's one of the things that comes to your mind. Yeah, they are Feywild dragons. They purty. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Mm. Well, I can't offer you really much coin, and that's really all I got on me. But if you do that, if you're ever in Skullport, there is a place of safety that I can tell you about. Mm-hmm. Uh, Let me see. It's a hideout of sorts. In fact, if you hand this over to Kalal, she'll be able to tell you where to go. I'm gonna be staying here for a couple of days. All right. Oh, alrighty. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, Jimothy, are you sticking with the group or are you going to stay in the yawning portal? So, you guys head towards the library. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, we can go ahead and say by the time you get to the library and such, it would be technically an hour.
Mm-hmm. So. Mhm. And. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. You do get to see the waterways. Almost similar to the canals of. God, my brain is blanking on the city name. Yeah. I know it's in Italy. I know it's in Venice. Yes. God, I hate it when that happens. Anyway, but yeah, similar to the canals of Venice, the waterways provide different channels and oftentimes are used to ship out things from the sea or back to the sea from deeper in the city. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm making that up, but that's God has spoken. Anyway, but it is it is a beautiful sight. It provides a welcome aroma and atmosphere away from some of the other places in Waterdeep, which are not necessarily as pleasant in some senses. But you do eventually get to the library you're seeking, Aubrey. And it, it is a largish building. Connected, it's somewhat close to your family manor. It's not connected to it, but it is close enough to be well looked after, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it is in the fancy part of town. It is made of brick with a high steeped brick roof. It is a 3-story building with extra space in the attic. Used to be some kind of inn before it was refurbished. Something happened to the previous owners, and everybody says it was an unfortunate accident, but you have your doubts. Um, just something about they were a pain in your father's while they were still alive. But as you approach and go in, you are recognized by the curators and the librarian. Oh, Miss Aubrey, it is so good to see you again. Tell us, are you going to be staying or are you still out doing some things? Oh, all right. Well, how may I help you? Oh, well, common enchantment starts on the second floor. It is in on the eastern side, and more advanced enchanting goes is right next to it in the southern corner. Hmm. Oh, don't worry, it's always a pleasure. Oh, he's fine. Oh, don't. He did tell me a little bit about it, but mm, mm. Have a good day. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Miss Terry appreciates that. So, Clem, you find yourself about to turn. Yeah, make a con. Oh, oh no! So, Gleb, you're about to turn the corner, and whoop, you walk in. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Gleb becomes Ball. So people can hear him, but it's a muffled sound, kind of like muffled thuds. And not sure. Mhm. Uh huh. Mhm. 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 Uh, out of mm, out of curiosity, are you also going to investigate or look into any like notations or books that might refer to the Mad Mage's dungeon itself? Not today. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, make yeah, make an investigation check, Aubrey. That is a viable option. Yes. 28. Yeah, you're able to find them. Mm-hmm. That is fair. Mm-hmm. uh, uh, yeah. So out of curiosity, is anybody else searching for anything in particular at the library? Well, there are ladders available for you to get the higher stuff. Yeah. Okay. You do find a fairy tale book. It is a old. It is a book about old fairy tales in the Waterdeep. In the Waterdeep. In most of Waterdeep's history. Okay. Hmm. Does anybody else look into anything? Okay. Alrighty. It does take a couple hours, but when you're done, you're able to leave the library. Miss Tally notates that you are taking some books and goes, oh, please be sure to remember. I do believe you have these books, and she kind of points some out that are still out. I imagine they're in your room. I understand. I I understand. Just wanting to remind you that some people have been asking about them. Thank you, Miss Aubrey. Probably not too long. Hmm. Gleb, where would you have wandered to? Probably stretched out vertically to get the maximum viewing of all the books as possible. Just kind of like a gloop at the bottom, but like conical up, almost like a weird semi-transparent stalagmite. How far into it? I have seen it. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. You first go to a craftsman. And Aubrey, are you trying to be secretive about? Okay. Or I'm not talking about secretive about who you are, but that is good to know. Are you being secretive about the item you're intending to craft? Yeah, to the party. Ah, okay. Cool. Just double checking. Hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You see a green scaled dragonborn look at that. Well, hello to you, Aubrey. How may I help you? Um, hmm. Isn't transportation magic impossible? Yeah. No, no, no. Specifically in the Mad Mage's dungeon. At least that's what I've heard from occasional adventurers. From what I hear, transportation between floors doesn't work. Mm, apparently, that type of magic still doesn't work. Like there are some people who have tried getting out and reported that their like teleportation circle spells have failed while in the Mad Mage's dungeon. I did hear that there are portals littered throughout the dungeon that provide shortcuts. I don't know where they would be. Unfortunately, not off the top of my head. Uh, all that I can tell, or all that I remember, is when adventurers described them, they were like little gates or archways that were built into the wall that had puzzles in them that needed to be activated. I mean, you'd have to find specific people who have gone down into the dungeon specifically. Otherwise, you'd have to just see where it takes you and keep notes. Well, a lot of people who go down there don't come back up, and some of the people who do come back up uh, don't stay around long enough to tell much of their stories. I'm, I'm sorry. I can try and give get you something made, but I can't guarantee that anything I make will work. I mean, I'm just going off of rumors, so I'm willing to give it the old college try if you want to spend your money. All right. Is it the usual payment method? Okay. Um, I'll go ahead and send the bill to your household. Um, yeah. All right then. If that is the case, yeah, I'll see what I can make for you, and give me a couple of days to get something set up. Hmm? All right. Okay. Understood. This is a workshop. You don't actually see things for sale, per se, but well, you do note that there are items kind of strewn about everywhere. It looks like there's nothing fully finished yet. Hmm. Yeah. Um, well, given the nature of this type of conjuration magic, it'll probably be a 10-day at least. I could try and hasten it, but that would cost a little bit extra if money's no object. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I could try and have something finished in about 3 days' time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So, you head over to the component shop and you said Jasper. Mm-hmm. This one is not so common, but an emerald dragonborn who sits at the table. She looks at you. Oh, Aubrey, it's good to see you. Are you looking for components today? Well, how can I suit your fancy? Hmm. She she looks at Gleb, kind of her eyes dart back to you, Aubrey, and then she goes, "All right, sir. Uh, how may I help you, Sir Gleb?" Ah, Squire Gleb. Yes. How may I help you, Squire Gleb? I believe we do have something like that. Is there a particular type of gem that suits your fancy, or is it something super specific? Well, if you come over, and she has kind of a series of eyes that are encased in gemstone, and they range from different gemstones. I've been able to work with some of the jewelers. They don't like it too much, but they accept the money that it takes for these things to be made. And I've made sure there's a bit of flair for the discerning buyer. Now, you could get the regular gem. It's basic crystal quartz. Uh, and it's clear, and it's 450 gold pieces. Or if you wanted to pay a little bit extra, 175 gold pieces, you could get something in ruby or diamond or even emerald. Or we could do sapphire or amethyst. Mix some, have some colors to match your complexion, perhaps, Sir Gleb. Or Squire Gleb. Mm-hmm. Ah, yes, that is a bit on the rarer side, but we have been able to get one in. 175 gold pieces if you want to mark up the price a little bit. 175. Yeah. Normally, normally it's 150, but it is an upcharge. It's an upcharge to make it look fancy. She has basic quartz if you want to pay just 150. Huh. What other component do you need? Oh, well, hmm, it they start at 300 gold. And we have our basic gilded flowers. We do have a couple that are on a little bit more of the pricier side. For example, this one, and she picks up a gilded flower. It looks like a gilded rose with like small diamonds pressed into the gold on the petals to look like dewdrops. This would probably run you about 400 gold pieces. Ah, 300 of, well, all the basic gilded flowers, all the basic gilded flowers, and we have anything range from roses to tulips to lilies, basically gilded, all at 300 gold pieces. And if you want a little bit up to the 350, um we have, and she kind of shows you a another flower. It is gilded as well, but it also has some along the petals, a lily that has along the petals some platinum inlay. We have this 350 gold pieces for a little bit of an artistic flair. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that was the Alexandrite. Hmm. I think it's crystal or glass. Okay. Mhm. Hmm. She kind of takes. Ah, and she reaches behind the counter and pulls out one exact. This would be about 400 gold pieces. Would be, yeah. Gosh darn it. For goodness sakes. Every time something's happening. Let me see here. See here. How about that? Is that where? Properties. 1 second. Audio chat. Okay. 1 second. I'm still figuring things out because apparently.
I'm sure I'll get a message when it's fixed.
There. It
Listen,
should be fixed.
Right.
y'all are friends with the rich kid.
No, you're right. You're right. It was 350 because
Okay,
350
yep,
and
I
150.
got an echo of it now. We're good.
Because 350 and 150 was 500, and then the extra 25 for the Alexandrite was 525, and I can cover that.
Use
on
the
my
rich
own.
kid's money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at this point, I'm on board. Use the rich kid's money. That so far
Right.
sounds like she's embezzling from the library for.
What do you mean?
Put this on the
Okay.
library's tab so the family
Yeah.
doesn't find out.
It's a totally valid business expenditure because it's going towards a research paper.
Fair enough.
Am I your research subject?
No, not this. That is not what I was referring. I was referring to the teleportation thing she's trying to get made specifically.
Mhm.
I don't know what she's expensing this to, so I have no idea on that front.
Okay. And Gleb will put away the Dwerger skull unless the
Mhm.
Dragonborn lady wishes to see it for any
Um,
reason.
Is Dame Aubrey wishing to cover the bill?
Yes, I will be
Gleb,
helping with this.
All right.
Gleb looks
Dame.
So-
questioningly.
You
In
can put
total-
the bill under. You can put the bill under the family name. And send it to us. Gleb, you can pay me back whenever you are able to.
Very well. I will send the bill to the household.
Gleb, you
And
might want to
we'll-
mark your debt.
Yep. Note taken.
But yeah, that
925 in debt.
yeah. Yeah, roughly about that, yeah.
Does
Is she gonna try and upsell
So-
me on the platinum inlaid vial?
Oh, she probably would, yeah. Uh she
Aubrey would not fight it at all.
she
We
she
noticed.
she does take. Now, you could have this regular vial, but might I bring your attention to one of these? And she pulls out a similar vial, only the eyeball inside has a heart iris, almost like a cuttlefish's, and a similar tentacle to match that still seems to the skin seems to weave in different patterns while it's still in there. Magically enchanted cuttlefish eye and
Is undead cuttlefish?
undead
No, this doesn't
technically,
have to be
but
undead.
well, the
Oh, it's not. That doesn't
This is
have to be.
just a pickled tentacle
tentacle and an
and
eyeball.
an eye.
Oh yeah, this one
Yeah.
doesn't have to be undead.
Yeah,
I just
the
remember
tentacle is
on Terra's
enchanted
it's
to
undead.
keep the cuttlefish's skin in its ever so known famous mesmerizing skin shifts, tone
Oh
shifts.
yes, we'll take that one.
That'll be an extra
much?
100 gold pieces.
Oh, that's perfectly fine.
Gleb is officially a grand in debt.
Gleb, don't worry about that one. I'll cover that one.
does it look like she's
Okay.
pulling out paper
Don't
to
worry about
write
the
like where
extras.
she's marking the family name?
Yes.
Does it what?
Well, actually, no, she is not.
Okay.
All right. Note
Timothy
taken.
gets bored.
1025 in debt.
And wanders out the door. He doesn't move from in front of the shop as he just kind of looks around the strip to see what else is nearby. He's very careful not to actually leave the
Mhm.
party, but he's curious at what's nearby and is bored inside.
You're definitely still in the wealthier side of Waterdeep.
You are in the wealthier side of Waterdeep, and there are a couple of other storefronts. There is a ink and paper store with an extra, basically scroll merchant across the street. Most of this is wizard themed, or more properly, like the place where mages would go to get anything they would need.
Yeah, this is definitely like university store type.
Yeah.
That's actually probably really close. We're probably right next to a university.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're next to Mage's college.
Yeah.
You know, the unseen university is a thing to see. Just kidding.
The unseen university is a thing to behold, if you can figure out how to see it. Anyway.
It's a Discworld joke.
Yeah, this just bores Jimothy more. Jimothy didn't go to a proper bard college, in case that wasn't clear. Jimothy just kind of winged it and somehow figured that crap out.
Mm-hmm.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't wing.
Mm-hmm.
For Jimothy so far, he's 1 for 1.
For 60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright. I can't summon a friend currently. But next level
Why
up.
not? Ah,
Mm-hmm.
And Aubrey is currently writing like in her in one of her notebooks, just writing some things down real quick.
yeah. When
we
Jimothy
have one
walked
more
out of
visit.
when Jimothy had walked out of the store, saw it was nearby, he re-entered the store and opened his own notebook and started drawing in boredom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have
Just
one
out
more
of
thing
curiosity.
to do before
Sorry.
before I introduce you. Okay. and she is going to take them down to another store. It's like a sculptor store almost,
Mm-hmm.
an and like a wood sculpting store.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to walk in, look the person in the face, and say, "All right, I need another thing done for you today. I need it done within 3 days." Uh, and she'll rip that page out of her notebook, slide it to him. I need all these specifications on there.
Alrighty.
Send the bill to the family.
Very well.
And yes, just please, whatever charge you need to put on there to get it done within 3 days.
We'll be working right on it, Miss Aubrey.
Thank you very much. All right, now we can go.
Jimothy is still looking at the different stores as we pass. Jimothy is not used to being in the wealthier side of town without getting immediately kicked out.
Isabel's gonna grab Aubrey's hand and just like kind of whisper in her ear, "Why are you being so cryptic with your name?"
I'm just not ready to approach that yet. I still have a few more 100 paces until we get there. It's that very large building up there.
Mm-hmm.
Gives her such like a weird face. Like that makes no fucking sense.
And you can describe Aubrey's home, John.
Okay. It is a looming home. It seems to stare back at you, almost with a ill intent. As you approach, there are guards at the front gate. This particular homestead manor is walled in with a privacy wall. Guards around it, all of them kind of giving everybody but Aubrey dirty looks.
Yeah, she approaches under a hood, and then once they
Mhm.
square up and notice the arrival, she will pull her head down.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jameson. That won't be necessary.
Welcome, madam. And they open the gate for you.
These three are with me. Don't let him know that we're here. I will be going to see him myself.
He may not be available.
And why would that be?
He left early this morning on business. He said that if you should come back, you can inquire with the man's with his steward.
All right. His steward is different from Julius, or is it the same one?
It would be the same one. Julius.
Oh, Julius. Okay.
Julius acts as steward and butler to your father.
That old fart.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to admit that he's balding.
Yeah. As you enter, you do see a old-looking man with kind of he's older looking. He has almost obviously like dyed brown hair. I'm pretty sure Jimothy notices that the hair at the top of his head is fake. It's a wig or toupee. And as he approaches, "Oh, madam, I see you are approaching with the adventurers we hired for your protection. Is there something you wish to relay?"
Jimothy blatantly stares at the fake hairpiece.
As we were walking up through the yard to the manor, I imagine on the gate there is a massive, like, elegant W on the gate. This is my abode. I haven't told you all who I am. My name is Aubrey Wilkins. I am one of the heirs to the Wilkins family.
Jim,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Jimothy stares blankly at you because not from the city doesn't know the name.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Jezebel,
Gleb
however, knows the name.
Gleb is gobsmacked. You have two names?
No fucking way.
Oh.
Yes, it's most people have more than one name.
I want two names.
What would you
Jimothy
like
is
your
going.
second name to be?
Jimothy is going to connect to Gleb and say, I have two names technically too. I tell everyone to call me Jimothy because it's easier, but my actual name is Chitao.
Chitar? Did I
Chitao.
pronounce that correctly? Chitao?
Again, telepath has to connect to one person at a time. Only
Yeah,
Gleb hears this.
Only
Oh, yeah,
Gleb hears
okay.
it.
Okay,
Oh,
damn it, if only we could cast tongues.
could I, in theory, because I speak through vibrating my skin, could I mimic the sound of Jimothy's actual name?
It would be difficult, but probably, yeah, if you worked at it.
Work on it.
I mean, the name actually comes with a series of clicks to it.
Mhm.
Chita.
I can pop bubbles in special ways.
You also have a little bit of trouble with basic humanoid languages,
I do.
so.
I,
Things come out burbly sometimes.
Mm.
uh, yes, my family is known here in Waterdeep. We, are the largest scroll manufacturing. We own the largest scroll manufacturing business in Waterdeep.
Jezebel whispers, not silently, among other things.
I know that some people have said things about us, but I can assure you that's entirely untrue. We are better off than majority, but we like to return our give our for the real word our
Well,
There's your words.
our fortunes back to those who gave it to us. For instance, the library. It before we were here, there was no large public space for the masses to gain such knowledge. It was all locked away behind private universities and mage schools.
why would they do that?
That is a good question, Timothy. I believe you said earlier that some people are greedy with knowledge.
Yes, and I stand by that. I assume that would be why, but I was curious if there was another reason.
Timothy asked me why people would lock knowledge away behind private ownership.
I also am curious why people would lie. It's such an interesting concept. Please, Aubrey, explain it to us.
Because of what you just did. My name comes with a lot of assumptions about me. And I wanted to have a blank slate with you all. I didn't want you all to have your view of me tainted and have to think you needed to treat me special. Because of
Why would I treat you differently?
because
Jezebel. Oh, Jezebel looks at Aubrey. What do you mean? Treat you special? The world grovels at your feet.
Timothy looks to Jezebel with clear confusion.
And I understand that every single day.
Do you? Forgive me. Something like this, I feel, would have been better if we weren't at your home estate.
Quite, but we may not be staying here long. I thought he would be here. But it turns out he may be gone. But in the meantime, I'm sure that Julius here could have some rooms prepared for all of you to sleep for the night.
Certainly,
If
we'll
you
be
want.
willing to house the adventurers we've hired. They appear to have been taking good care of you, my lady. That itself deserves reward.
Quite. They have done an impeccable job.
Timothy left with a pristine carapace and comes back with like pock marks and like a chunk of the shoulders have a
Again,
Honestly, that should happen on
Place
the most
guard.
recent fucking day, and that dude got fucked up.
I know, that's the best part. Like, if we did run into the face spiders, there's a chance that I'd come back looking exactly the same. No, I don't.
but again, Jezebel's the only one Julius hired.
Yeah.
Gleb and Jimothy are under Lady Rosnar's employ.
Yes, yes, we are.
Mm.
But, yes, so this is, if you are all okay with it, where I think we'll be staying tonight. Next few nights.
Timothy nods.
I'm fine as long as I have Beryl.
Could you guide us to our rooms, please?
Surely. And he leads you guys to separate guest rooms.
As they're walking, Timothy connects to Jezebel. Why does that human wear fake hair?
Jezebel is in a mood, and all of a sudden that just kind of gets her. What?
Why is he asking Jezebel?
Well, she figured Jezebel's human as far as he's concerned, or human enough, and figures she might know why he's wearing fake hair.
Jezebel just looks at us like, how would I know?
Is Bud talking to you again?
Yes, he's asking me about. It just becomes silent. It goes.
Timothy
You tell him.
stares, expecting a response.
Timothy, you tell him.
Okay, Timothy switches connection to Glenn. I'm asking why the human guiding us is wearing fake hair on his head. I figured Jezebel might know since she is also human, kind of. Aubrey probably would have been better to ask. Huh.
Probably. All of you fleshy beings are strange to me.
Fun fact: Timothy doesn't count as fleshy being. He's carapist.
You're
You have
hard.
fleshy insides.
Gleb, allow me to educate you on the very simple manner of any Jezebel's going to get her knuckle and just like knock on Jimothy's chest. He's different,
Donk,
and
donk.
she's going to like uh beat on her like tap her upper chest twice and go, it's a different sound, and then she's just straight up going to just punch into you.
Squish.
Clearly, there's a
Precisely.
difference. So, anatomy is very different.
Switches
Okay.
back to Jezebel. So why does he wear fake hair? Also,
Because
I
he
think
needs it.
that's
I
made
don't
of.
know.
I also
Who did
think
you
that's
ask that
made of
one?
animal fur. Do what?
Who did you ask that time?
Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Because
Is
he needs
Aubrey
it. I
still
don't.
with us, or did Aubrey go to her own room? Because I
Aubrey's
assumed
still
Aubrey
with
went to her own room.
Aubrey's still with.
Okay.
Okay, then at this point, Jimothy is just gonna switch to Aubrey.
Real
Why
quick before
does
that happens. Which
okay?
is Jimothy asks Jezebel, and Jezebel's gonna be like, I don't know. And she's gonna grab Jimothy's head and just turn him around. Talk to her.
Jimothy connects to Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Why does that one wear fake hair on his head? I'm also fairly certain it's made of animal fur.
Oh, do you mean Julius's toupee? Oh, he wears that because he doesn't like the idea that he's going bald.
Why does that matter?
Because for some people, they. Why do you wear it, Julius? I thought
Timothy
you- I
looks
thought
to
you'd be better off
Julius.
if you embraced
Jimothy.
it.
Yes.
What are all y'all's passive insight?
My
16.
passive insight,
10.
15.
Okay. Jimothy and Jezebel. You know when Aubrey mentioned this, Julius nearly stumbles, but quickly catches himself and remains cool. But he goes, many people see an older individual with balding hair as a detriment to the family. I am keeping the family's image as far as my service is concerned, madam.
You can always go full bald. It works for many people.
I would not do that. It would not help. It would not dissuade or put up a youthful air.
Jezebel's gonna walk really close to Julius. Julius, don't listen to it. I couldn't even tell until someone said something. It's great. It's fine. Couldn't even tell the difference.
Thank you, madam.
Jimothy switching connection to Jezebel. I still say it looks like it's made out of some kind of animal fur.
Literally, Jezebel whips around. Shut the fuck up.
And he shows you to your rooms.
Yeah, remember earlier when I said that Timothy's whole thing is just upsetting people? Yeah.
Do you are you guys are any of you sharing rooms, or are you going to be separating yourselves out completely?
I assume Gleb is just gonna stay in the same room as Jimothy since he just sleeps in a barrel and Jimothy doesn't
Mhm.
actually sleep.
Has Cecilia arrived in Waterdeep since Jordan's went missing?
No, she hasn't. She has made a trip to Neverwinter this today. Well,
She
no,
was the one to
yeah.
get buried in work.
Yes, something about dealing with the lords of Neverwinter and maybe visiting Lord Neverember himself.
Is the group still together as you asked this?
Oh,
Or are we
yes.
separated? Okay. then Jimothy will connect to Aubrey. I went to Neverwinter once. I made good coin there. Before I got run out for being a freak. Anyway,
She slowly just turns to you. This is.
Jimothy
I'm
looks
sorry you had to
completely
deal with that.
unbothered.
I'm sorry you had to deal with that, Jimothy.
He shrugs at you.
The people of Neverwinter can be very pompous.
It was specifically
Cecilia
one
took
of
me
the
there once.
guards. Yeah, it was specifically one of the guards. He was mean. He broke one of my instruments and then told me I should leave before he breaks all of them. Again, he just kind of shrugs. Like, he seems really unbothered by this. He just thinks it's interesting.
Well, at least we won't have. At least, since she's up there, we won't have to worry about this. Running into her. That's
Why would running into her be a problem?
because she has a temper. She's the only non-tiefling in the family. And she made up for that by being rather cutthroat and very political in her gains.
Timothy nods, only understanding like half of what you just told him. Timothy doesn't understand what politics even is. All he gets about politics is that it's people that jabber back and forth, and that usually they're all wrong. They just try to say it in a way that makes them sound correct.
Well,
Actually,
I don't-
yeah, Timothy will actually tell you that. I don't really know what half that meant, but all I know about politics is usually it's people fighting back and forth, trying to sound more correct than the other, and they're usually both wrong for some reason. I don't get it.
I haven't gotten along with her very well in the past few years. She became much more serious.
Timothy nods.
I feel bad for her. She is the eldest, so she probably has the most pressure. But
She's your sister.
yes.
Mm.
That's the other sibling that you haven't met.
When we go to separate, Timothy will switch the connection for the night to Jezebel just in case. Just because Timothy doesn't know how far Aubrey's room will be from where they're to be staying. And
Mhm.
Timothy's
How far away is my room?
pretty sure that we're gonna be put on like the opposite side of the manor from Aubrey.
No, Jezebel's going to be staying in a room near my room.
Okay.
She's my bodyguard.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, okay, then that gives me another. That begs a different question. When we're separated, John, does my connection break? It's 120 foot.
Oh no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just on the floor above you.
Yeah.
That works.
But
Timothy will spend the long rest drawing some more.
Okay.
do you know when when he's scheduled to arrive?
Your father will likely be back in a couple days' time.
Less than 3?
Yes.
Fun. But yes, this is going to be an adventure. Thank you for everything you do, Julius.
Are we expecting more costs from your excursions?
Yes, yeah, unfortunately, we needed to prepare some more. We're going to be. I don't care what father says. I'm going back down there, and I'm not. I'm going to get him out of there.
Do you? Is there an update on the quest of note? You know how your father is.
I think he was taken by some natives of the Underdark of the dungeon.
Ah, deeper than expected. Then.
And that's why we came up here, so we can prepare for a journey that deep. I don't know how long it'll be before we come back down.
I will inform your father at the very least you have made considerable progress and you have come back due to needing to resupply rather than failing at your quest.
I will tell him this myself. You don't need to worry about that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Very well, Lady Aubrey. I understand that I understand where you need this. Why you need to do this.
Thank you, Julius. Jezebel, is there anything else you want to do today? Before we retire?
No.
Anything you want to talk about?
After tonight, yes.
After tonight?
I have my own issues to go work through. I'd rather be alone.
Maybe to go back to Skullport and just
Lol.
I'm tossing my hat in this ring. I've decided.
Fucking,
I'm a bigger fan of purple than I am of red.
Question is gonna fucking get a you up text.
Quietude, you mean?
Yeah, quietude.
Really? No, I said questude for some reason. I don't know why. I wrote it down. I just pronounced it wrong. Whatever. English sucks. Not my first language. Thank God.
English does suck.
Words are
Yeah.
hard.
Learning another language is hard enough, and I can't imagine trying to learn English as a second language. That would be a freaking nightmare.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
mean-
why Aubrey stopped
Yeah.
after 4 languages.
I mean, there are some things that could be technically worse. Like going from an language like English, German, Spanish, and switching over to Japanese, Chinese, Korean. One of
Yeah,
those
something with
languages.
completely different roots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a nightmare. Trust me, I tried.
Damn.
I tried Chinese, and apparently there are some words that mean that can mean 4 different things, all by how you pronounce them.
Yes, and that would be Mandarin.
Yeah.
So if you pronounce it even slightly wrong, you just said something that offended at least 6 different
Well-
peoples 7 different ways.
Well, it could mean either you're talking about your mother or talking about a horse.
Yeah, pretty
Oh.
much.
Fun.
Yeah.
I hope
Uh,
that's- I hope that you can understand why I didn't tell you till now, Jezebel.
I don't.
I'm sorry I kept it from you for so long.
And I think this is a perfect moment to go on break.
Yo.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
So, and you're fine. John, I sent you an update on the things I was working on. I'd mentioned to
Mhm.
you yesterday.
Noted.
Inferno. Any other tips on those, or you think they're good as is?
For the cantrips, they're fine, in my opinion. I think they're good. They do their purpose. they need to hit and then save to do something cool.
Yeah.
So
And I tried to keep them balanced, so I made one saver suck, and then I made the other like low damage, and it'll only last like 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fine.
Cool. Now I just need a couple of thirds and fifths, and that'll be ready to actually test run.
Mm-hmm.
Did we level up?
No.
Damn.
Timothy,
Social level
Do we know of a way
Timothy-
to the lower floor?
What?
what?
Do we know of a way to the 4th floor?
Yes, we
You
have a
do
map.
know. You do know of a way. And the last time you looked at your map, the way down to the 4th floor is being guarded by hobgoblins.
Oh, by the Legion?
Yeah, by the Legion.
Yeah.
Ah. So yeah,
And
we can
they'll
get
let-
down there through them.
Yeah, so we can get there through them, and then we gotta find that dagger, return it to the king, and
Mhm.
hopefully get more
Not the
information.
king, the warlord.
Warlord.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough. Return it to the warlord so he can go back to the front lines and all that.
Well, actually, you kind of solved their problems for them.
We're not telling them that, I don't think.
They'll find out
Hey, we
pretty
could.
quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait,
we
what?
could just, when we
What?
get back down there, go, yeah, so we still need to find your dagger, but, we killed all the drow. They were kinda
you
in our way.
are spending like 3 days out. They'll figure out.
Yeah, we'll get
Yes.
down there, be like, hey, we still need to find your dagger, but, the drow got in our way on our way out, so, we
We
dispatched
dealt with
them.
your drow problem.
Yeah.
Yes, failed successfully.
We accidentally chose a side.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're dicks.
Pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did kind of get rid of all the drow.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to test run this class when I'm done with it.
Mm-hmm.
All under the assumption of, wait, maybe Jordan isn't down there. Maybe he's up here.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go check everywhere they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, we know what we were told, but we don't trust them, so we're gonna do this our way instead.
We didn't know what we were told.
I mean,
They died via
technically we did.
miscommunication.
That's also fair.
Okay.
By the way, Inferno, race-wise for that class I'm working on, I'm thinking of going with the Kalash Star from
The one you sent?
Evera. Yeah, the class I'm working on. No, that's
Yeah.
another one I'm considering, but that one's homebrew. So I
Oh,
might
okay.
not use that one simply because it's homebrew, and I'm working with a class that I may have to like tinker with to get to run at a fair rate. So
What kind
the
of rift is it?
Kalash Star is actually along similar lines. The info on the race itself is that they are bound to spirits. They look like humans, but an ancestor or a parent is usually someone from the dream realm. So they get mental discipline, which is
Oh,
resistant to psychic damage.
wait.
Yeah?
Wait. Kalash
You want me to-
Star. No,
Yeah.
no. They're like blue people, ain't they?
No. They look like, here, let me send you the link.
No, I'm trying to remember what they look like. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, they look like straight human. They look just like humans.
Yeah, but they're like special human flavored.
Yeah, they get a mind link so they can speak telepathically to a creature that they can see, provided it is with a number of feet of you equal to 10 times your level. You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic utterances, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language. When you're using this trait to speak telepathically to a creature, you can use your action to give that creature the ability to speak telepathically with you for an hour, or until you end this effect as an action. To use this ability, the creature must be able to see you and must be within this trait's range. You can give this ability to only one creature at a time, and giving it to a creature takes it away from a previous one.
I think I know that race. I was looking into it before.
Yeah, it sounds like a fun race, and I think it will work really well with what I'm trying to work with for this class.
There it is. That's what I remember. Dual mind.
Hey Matt, can you explain something to me?
Go on.
In Marvel
My...
Rivals, why is Jean Grey like a pyrokinetic instead of a psyker or a esper
Oh,
or
a
something?
telepath and shit. The Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force
Yeah.
is, it's fiery, yes, but it's everything under the sun. It just looks fiery. She's a energy manipulator, telepath, telekinetic.
Which is
She's
why
everything.
she's an Omega level mutant.
No, she's a Omega level telekinetic, not telepath. Professor Xavier is the only one that's an Omega level telepath.
I didn't
And
say she was a telepath.
What about Professor Xavier's sister?
Cassandra Nova?
Yeah. Isn't she a
She's
telepath as well?
she is a telepath, but not an Omega level. She can't what Xavier can do, like control people with their minds. He can do it at a distance. Cassandra Nova needs to touch you.
Hmm.
That's
But
why
she's
he's
also
Omega
kind of like
level.
a reality bender, isn't she?
No, she isn't. It's just how her powers work when they take control over you. It feels like reality is warping. It's not. It's just your brain making sense of it. She's not a reality warper.
Sounds different from
yeah.
how she was portrayed in the Deadpool
Deadpool
Wolverine
Wolverine?
movie.
Yeah, she's not like that. She can't pull your
Well,
skin off. That's not real.
You have
Very
to also
cool,
remember that
Yes.
that version of her was like non-canon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just
That's
like
why she was in
literally.
the void.
It's now canon in the MCU.
It is canon in the MCU,
Well-
but also understand that that was the non-canon Juggernaut, non-canon Azazel,
Blade.
not no I argue that was canon Blade, but whatever, not neither here
Canon
nor
Blade
there.
wouldn't have been put in there by the TSA.
Facts,
Yeah.
but that was
That's my point. Is that
Electro.
anyone that's in the void is technically non-canon.
Well, also, didn't
The-
they admit that Cassandra was only put in there because she was too powerful, not because she was like breaking a timeline or anything?
If we're talking about canon in Deadpool Wolverine, yes, that is exactly what they said. But no, reality, no. She was just fucking around with shit that she couldn't like. There's a way, like, also Cassandra Nova does not look like that in the comics. Cassandra Nova is old,
Mm-hmm.
like Professor
'cause
Xavier old.
Yeah, because Xavier's old. Shit.
Yeah, but they made her look young. Like they gave her like attractive looks. Cassandra Nova has wrinkly skin. Just imagine how it was in Deadpool Wolverine and give her like wrinkles upon wrinkles. That's
it's
literally
fine.
how it.
Time in their life. But yeah, that's all. That's the question I had. Man, I really want to play the new Hexblade.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to play Jean Grey.
That too.
I want to play the new Donkey Kong.
You want to play the new Donkey? What?
Donkey Kong.
The new Donkey Kong game. It's by the same
Bonanza!
developers. Yeah, it's by the same developers who made Super Mario Odyssey.
Fully
Okay, I
destructible
respect that.
environment.
Needless
Be
to
rare
say,
back.
for those who are into those games, there's a lot of hype.
Mhm.
Alright.
Honestly, just from the trailers, it makes me excited for the music alone.
Fair enough. John, did you have a moment to look through,
Yes, I did, and they
Excellent.
looked good to me.
Awesome.
And as of the day before yesterday, I managed to get my hands on a Switch 2.
Ah,
Nice.
Congratulations.
congratulations. Hopefully it doesn't get bricked.
I have zero intentions of modding it.
Then it probably won't. Unless it does. Who
But
knows?
yeah,
Unless it does.
I was thinking of making Bloodshot, the Saber Suck. I was thinking of making it a D10 instead of a D8, but I wasn't sure if that'd be doing
Mhm.
too much.
Probably a D8 is perfectly good.
Yeah, it is Saber Suck, but at the same time, it also has the added effect of pushing someone back 5 feet to give the sorcerer a little breathing room.
Anyway, so are we ready to begin
Transmuter-
again?
Transmutation wizards are immortal to aid at
Oh.
level 14.
Or what?
They are immune to aging. Well, not immune to it, but they can infinitely reduce it like a fountain of youth.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
that's cool. I think we are waiting for
Yeah.
Inferno.
Okay.
Every day they can reduce a pair. Oh wait, no, it's only a peer. It says.
I am going
They just
to
Permanently appear
get a
at 30
drink real
gen
quick.
years
I will
younger.
be back.
So they can just make themselves look like 30 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't,
That,
but they can
that
make
feels
themselves
weird
look
that
that
it's
way.
only up here and not like. I guess it's like, yeah, lichdom. Don't want to step on that thing's toes.
Fair
That's
enough.
Also, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom at 60 FPS is already super nice.
Oh, I bet. Do you prefer Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild?
I kind of like Tears of the Kingdom better just because the sheer variety of ways to get around, like the building aspects, like making
Mhm.
vehicles.
Yeah, because you can totally jank it out with vehicles and such.
Yeah,
But there's also like the normal ways of travel.
yes. Like horses and just getting around.
Yeah, the
But
lazy person who doesn't want to like touch the building system.
yes. And I will say, one point in Nintendo's favor, I was totally expecting to have to pay for both games again for the Switch 2 version. But if you already had data from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on your previous Switch, when you move the data over, they will give you an update in the eShop for free.
Ah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice that they're doing the bare minimum.
Well, yeah, when other companies don't.
When they don't.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Charlie,
those are the only two that I spotted the update on. Yep.
did you want did you want me to DM you the Blood Sorcerer I'm working on subclass?
I'll take a look at it. I don't know how much input I'm gonna have, but
The subclass itself, I've got pretty set in stone, and so far, Matt and John have helped me a lot with getting it settled properly. So I'm pretty confident in it already.
I am
I've just
back.
got to finish making the spells for it.
Welcome back.
Are we all
Welcome
ready?
back.
what
Still haven't
is
heard
it a
from Inferno.
subclass of?
Sorcerer subclass.
Sorcerer. Okay, I don't know a whole lot about Sorcerer, but I can take a look.
They get meta magics that allow them to do different things, like quick casting, so they can cast 2 spells, or increase the number of targets for a spell, or whatever. They just get extra bonuses. That's the actual class info that I just sent you.
Mm-hmm. I saw it.
Welcome back.
Cool.
Awesome.
And these are the cantrips and first level spells I've got so far.
Okay. I'll look at it after session.
Cool. So,
Cool.
we ready to continue?
Yes.
Awesome. So, The night goes on peacefully. What do you do for your second day?
Jimothy needs to try and make some money, so I'm gonna try to find an inn or a pub nearby that I can go to and play music to earn money.
Well, the most popular one is the Yawning Portal. You could go
Alright.
there, or there are a couple others, but that's the most popular one.
Then that is the one Jimothy will go to and try to earn money.
Okay.
Because Jimothy
Jim-
wants to go shopping but is broke.
As
Jimothy need a baseline.
Jimothy will not say no.
Gleb
Does
will
it
follow
if
Jimothy.
asked.
does everybody else join them?
Jimothy does let you guys know that he needs to earn money, so is going back to the Yawning Portal to play music.
I will join, but with the hood, and I will be working on something while there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, joining.
Jimothy,
Yes.
before you can begin playing, you are approached by a dark-skinned man, or actually, I think it's woman. Let's see here, let me double check. Yeah, woman. She has a lot of tribal markings along her tunic, and it looks like she's wearing priest robes. And she goes,
Okay.
"You are the adventurers who went down and returned from the dungeon, yes?"
Jimothy looks up at her, tilts their head as if confused, and chitters at her.
She turns to Gleb. You are among the party of individuals who delved into the dungeon and returned, yes?
Maybe, maybe not.
To Gleb, it would be obvious Jimothy just pushed this onto him.
I am Obaya Ude, priestess of Joaquin. I have come from far away to gather magical items and spell books that could be delved from the dungeon. I'm willing to pay money for them.
Note taken.
Are there any magical items you wish to pawn off?
Me? No. You would have to talk to the others.
Would you
Timothy
point me out to
shrugs.
the others?
Are Aubrey and Jezebel nearby enough to hear this conversation?
Aubrey
Probably.
is busy
I would say so.
scribing down her books.
Yeah,
She's
probably not.
Yes, Jezebel
But she is
noticed.
nearby.
Mm-hmm. Jezebel would notice. Yes.
Jimothy, still connected to Jezebel, will relay what this conversation is about to her so far.
And
The bonuses of not breaking that connection.
what would Jezebel's reactions look like to Gleb?
It would be like, go on, say something.
I'm not sure they're here at the moment.
Well, do note, I am willing to pay good coin for any magic item and any spell books you might come across in the dungeon, especially books containing magical spells.
Yeah, good luck prying those from Aubrey.
Aubrey's actively scribing that down into
Mhm.
her. She actually has that open and next to her
Mhm.
own spellbook, scribing it down.
Well,
It's
she
not like she knows the
she
difference.
she doesn't know you like she's focusing in on Jimothy and Gleb because they're the most noticeable of your group.
Jezebel, Jimothy does repeat what she asks for, and then you hear a chuckle and a, as if you could get that from Aubrey anyway.
Jezebel rolls her eyes.
Jimothy chitters at her, assuming the conversation is done, and goes to start setting up to play music.
I will be sure to let them know when I see them.
I will
Jimothy
be
is still
staying at
friendly towards
this.
her.
I will be staying at this tavern
Hey,
for
Gleb.
until my wares are. Until I've spent all my money.
So,
It would appear I'm being summoned. Please
Ah.
excuse me.
Aubrey walks over. Hey, Gleb.
Ah,
When it comes to languages, do you... speaking of, do you know Elvish, Sylvan, Infernal?
No.
You don't know any of them?
Jimothy will
Nope.
connect to Aubrey. I know Infernal.
What languages do you know, Gleb?
Common and undercommon.
Didn't add a character moment. Didn't we already mention that you should have 3 languages and you were taking Sylvan for your 3rd because of the Feywild?
Did we? Did we?
I think we did.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to pick
3.
Yeah, this was a conversation we had a
common,
little while
and you
back.
get 2.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you pick,
remember that.
Unless your
Yeah.
rank gives you more, then you get another one. Then you get more.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm pretty sure you
then
said you
yes,
were gonna
Sylvan.
pick Sylvan
Mm-hmm.
because of the
Okay, yeah, that
Feywild.
makes sense.
Then yes,
Alright.
I know Sylvan.
All right, Sylvan. Okay, got it. Thank you. I'll have.
Aubrey, I believe this
Huh?
lady
Question mark?
Yes.
Glance
Hello?
over.
wishes to
Ah.
speak with us.
I am Obaya Ude. I am a priestess of Joaquin. I'm seeking magical items plundered from the dungeon.
Oh, Joaquin.
Yes.
Oh,
Can I
that's
make
the
a
guy in
religion?
Joker.
Yes.
Can I make a religion check on that?
Yes.
See who that is?
Those who wish make a religion check.
That's a 10. I don't think that that dice rolled a 5 for the first time for the first roll tonight. I'm not using that anymore tonight. I
Uh,
don't need another night like last night where I rolled like 4 nat 1s.
well, it's a pleasure to meet you. What is it you need to talk to us about?
Well, I noticed that your group went down in the dungeon, was down there for a number of days and came back. I was hoping that maybe I could buy some magical items off of you. Maybe some spell books you might have found deep in the dungeon.
Do I have any magical items left?
Also, she totally knows Gleb was lying now.
To be fair, Gleb said I don't think they're nearby at the moment, and then Aubrey walked up, so it could just be that she didn't realize they were
Yeah,
there.
walked over from like the next table over.
Yeah.
Like kind of just slid down the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Aubrey.
Oh, well, I would be willing to sell you something when I am done with them.
If you are done, I imagine you are a purveyor of the arcane arts then.
Perhaps, yes,
Do
I have
note,
dabbled.
I will pay more depending on how the tier of magic represented in the book.
How much are you willing to pay?
Well, it depends. The book in question, what is the highest tier of magic it represents?
I believe the highest tier would be of the level of Cone of Cold.
Okay. Ah, yes. Cone of Cold. She kind of brings up a little notebook, goes through. Ah, yes. I would be willing to pay 250 platinum pieces for such a book.
Jesus Christ.
How many
Yes.
platinum pieces?
250.
250.
2,500 gold.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, damn.
It's quite a bit. But I want some of these spells. I was actually working on copying
That
some
is
of these
fair.
down.
I
And
mean,
she is willing to wait until you're done with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did say she'd
Alright.
wait. So,
I
Alright, well,
I
once
also will buy magic items off of you.
I don't think I currently have any
Mm.
magic items that I want to sell. I have my
Mm.
cleansing stone, my wand of Lemanian oak, my
Mhm.
arcane grimoire, and my cloak of elven kind.
That is fair.
You
I
could
don't think
sell
I
your
found any that I
cleansing
kept.
stone.
I think I gave away the only one I found.
Jimothy
the
didn't find
circlet
any.
of- The circlet of human perfection.
Yeah.
Gleb is
No,
personally
yeah you
offended.
did give it away.
Oh, Quietude has it.
Yeah, Quietude has
That's
it.
right. So she can
Oh, yeah.
try and escape.
I want to sell these 8 hand crossbows and this spider figurine, this onyx spider figurine, while we're up and about
Yeah.
today as well.
Yeah. You are
And the
you can.
spider silk robe.
Jimothy, during
Gleb-
their conversation, has started playing his song and his music, and it's like upbeat and music you could dance to.
Actually, I take it back. The spider silk robe, that's in Aubrey's personal
Uh-huh.
wardrobe now.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I also think
Jimothy is like
all-
going all out to try and make money here today.
Mhm.
I just want you all to know that Gleb is personally offended by the cleansing stone.
Why? I got this before I knew Gleb.
That is fair. And also how weird it feels to be cleaned by Gleb, which has been stated repeatedly by the party. Like, we appreciate you, but that feels freaky.
Yeah.
Like, Jimothy has a carapace and should not be bothered and does not like the way it feels.
Now, granted, that does get over that you think Gleb unclean. That's
Yeah.
what the connotation is.
Yes,
I don't think Gleb
when he is
unclean.
nothing, but Gleb is nothing but clean.
Yeah, and the party is aware of this. We just don't like the way it feels to be cleaned by Gleb.
Yeah, it's a texture issue.
Yeah, like, we've all stated it. Like, we appreciate it,
Oh, I know.
but please
know.
don't do that again.
Oh, the player understands fully. It is disgusting.
No, I mean, in character, I'm pretty sure both Aubrey and Jezebel have flat out told you they hate the way that feels.
Yes, and Gleb's feelings were hurt every single time.
Fair enough.
Cry about it.
He does, silently, internally.
Yes, we will be. What was your name again?
Obaya Ude.
Oh, you thought the excess water Gleb expels was waste? It's actually his tears.
Rising Gleb.
All right. Well, it was. Thank you for your time.
I
If we
am staying
finish-
in Waterdeep at this inn, so feel free to meet me where come to my room, and she gives you a room number if ever you should need to have anything for me.
I'll be sure.
Out of curiosity, what would you price this at? And he'll pull out the Dwerger skull and glass.
She will kind of look. Oh, a rather interesting item indeed. kind of looks over it with a little eyepiece and goes, I would be willing to give 50 platinum pieces.
God damn.
Note taken. Thank you. I'm not
500
quite done
gold?
with it yet.
What?
Were you asking what?
Uh, um,
Aubrey
Aubrey
said
asked a
something.
question.
Yeah, it's 500 gold. I didn't ask a question.
Oh, that would be the equivalent, yes.
I need to
I
go find the
maybe-
gentleman from yesterday.
I may
Does
be
she-
in contact with you later.
Does she try to praise some of Jimothy's instruments while he's playing music?
No.
Okay.
She is only going to try and appraise them if you present them.
Okay, yeah. Jimothy is not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Jezebel literally has nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Poor.
Well, that's the reason Jimothy started out poor, was because he started with magic items instead. They are well worth what I paid for. Alright?
Gleb may cry in Gleb, but Jezebel cries in poor.
No, that's Jimothy.
All of you cry and poor.
So how much money do I manage to make over the next couple of hours, John?
Make a performance check.
How many hours do we spend as well? Because I want to like put some of these into spell books.
Well,
Jimothy
that
plans
is
to spend a good 6
that
to
is
8 hours
mostly
doing
up
this.
to you. So yeah, if you stay as long
8
as
hours?
Jimothy,
Okay.
Yeah, Jimothy plans to spend a good like 8 hours. What is my performance? Plus 11. Got it.
mm-hmm.
Would
Did I
my
grab the right
plus
dice?
5?
Okay.
Would my plus 5 to performance help?
that would help. Then roll with advantage.
Okay. That turns my 10 into a 16 plus 11 for 27.
Nice. Okay.
Jimothy
Right.
works hard for 8 hours to try and earn money.
I just lost 150 gold.
Okay.
Gleb vibrates in deep tones to add a bass line to Jimothy's playing.
You receive a total of 23 gold.
That's it? Damn.
Yes, that is it.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is $2,300 for
That's
a
fair.
performance.
And you said it was 23 gold pieces?
Mm-hmm. And that is total. That is an approximation combination of gold, silver, and copper.
I appreciate you just converting it to gold for me.
You're welcome.
Alright. I now have 189 gold pieces. Jimothy feels better. When done, Jimothy is going to let the group know he wants to go and look around some shops. He doesn't have much, but he does want to look around to see if there's anything that could be useful down in the dungeons.
I have 30.
Especially for if another spider decides to sneak up on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to real quick before we leave this place. I wanted to go talk to that one fellow that from yesterday who was offering us the job.
Mm-hmm. You do find him. He's kind of having a drink, enjoying Jimothy's playing.
And before we, I'm going to sit with him.
Mhm.
With the hood up. Before we make any deal, I just have a few questions for you.
What are your questions?
One, is the place that the safe house you're talking about, or safe place, the Gutsing Drivers?
No. Don't worry, Miss Wilkins. We're not. I'm not the people that you're wary of.
I will cast Gift of Gab.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
So,
So, how may I help you?
Are we about to have a moment where you're just gonna spend all your spell slots like gifting gab with this one dude?
I just learned a lot with that spell. Okay.
You did learn a lot.
uh, who is this compatriot we would be delivering to of yours?
She's a barkeep at the Flagon and Dragon.
What's their name?
Oh, Kalal.
Barkeep at Flagon and Dragon.
Yeah.
All right. And how exactly do we know we can trust that this place that you're going to tell us about is going to be safe?
Well, Kalal will tell you of the safe space. We don't often take we don't often take to assisting criminal families, but and he kind of opens his lapel, and you see a harp symbol upon it.
The Harpers.
I do not appreciate these accusations you're throwing around that are wholly untrue.
Give me a moment.
I'm gonna real quick, like, roll 2 dice for myself
Mm-hmm.
because I'm special.
Okay.
You certainly are.
Oh my god!
My ears.
All right, I think she was. I need to rephrase how I said that.
Yeah.
I'll do this.
Okay.
I do not appreciate such baseless accusations against me and my family. I
I
rolled
am.
deception and insight on myself.
Yeah.
I got a natural 1 for insight and a natural 20 for deception. Holy shit!
Well, I'm not
You guess like
accusing.
gatekeep girl boss?
Myself.
Yeah. I'm not accusing anyone here.
Then, if you want to do business with me, I would apologize.
I apologize.
Carried your.
I apologize I insinuated your role in the family business.
That was brilliant.
I think you will be better working with someone.
If that is the case, I'm sorry that it's not working out.
I hope you have a good day.
You have a good day too, Miss Wilkins.
And I'm going to walk back over and
Probably in a little
like-
bit of a huff.
yeah, in a bit of a huff, and sit down and start like not furiously, but like intensely copying notes from one spellbook to another.
What's got your panties in a twist?
I had the man we were talked to yesterday is a real jerk.
Did he say something untoward?
He insulted my family. He knows who I am.
Not that I'm saying you don't deserve it, but how did he insult your family?
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking, so it does.
I just don't want to talk about it right now. I'm steamed right now, and I want a bit of time to calm down.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll be with the children, and she's gonna walk to Gleb.
Damn.
Ouch. My feelings.
Timothy genuinely would not care being called a child. Mainly because human standards are strange to him.
Mm-hmm.
And you are child-sized. Let's just get that out of
Exactly.
the way.
Mm-hmm. So, 8-ish hours go by.
Mhm.
Where do you go after?
Timothy wants to go to the shopping district.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Sure.
connects to Aubrey. I wish to look around the shops. I have nothing in particular in mind, but I have a little bit of coin, and I'd like to find something that could help a little bit more in the dungeon, specifically for me. I feel like I am lacking in some ways to help with fighting those things.
Fighting what things?
The accursed spiders.
I think we handled ourselves pretty well, all things considered.
My carapace was ruined by one of them.
Can't you heal yourself?
If I could, I would have. I'm going to say that because the venom in the spider bite, part of his carapace is like scarred.
Hmm. Perhaps you should see a healer about that.
Timothy shrugs. I don't have money for that. Plus, the scar isn't too bad, I guess. I just want to find something useful for the time being.
Are you sure? It seems to bother you a lot. We could put it on my bill, if it's something that's bothering you.
Nah, it's not that big a deal. I just really, really hate spiders.
Alrighty. Oh, by the way, that lady in there, she said she would buy this book for 25 or 250 platinum.
Timothy's head like whips around at you.
You know, the one that we found in that one room that y'all didn't want to go back to? Aubrey? Or not Aubrey, Jezebel? Gleb?
The room that Gleb scouted beforehand.
Yes, the one we returned to, and we found this in there. 250
Ye-
platinum.
No, we didn't return to the room I scouted. I would remember.
You're so right, Gleb. I'm so sorry. We remembered incorrectly. Then she's gonna look directly at Aubrey and go, "So why haven't you sold it?"
Because I'm currently studying it. I've already learned 2 spells from it.
How many are you trying to get?
Preferably all of them.
Which is
How many is that?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 more spells. Those are the ones I want.
how much longer?
A while. It'll be a while.
What's a while?
Many hours.
Many moons?
Jimothy promptly
12,
gives up and just
16,
keeps walking.
26, 28, 34, 40, 48, 56 hours worth of studying left.
Lord have mercy.
So, almost a 10 days worth. Got it.
Yeah,
No, that's 2.5 days
and
nonstop.
that's only 2 hours a day worth of studying. If at the rate we've been going in the dungeon.
If Aubrey chose to just become unwell and decided not to sleep, she could finish it in 2 days.
Yeah, it'll take me a while, but I could do it.
That would be 2 days and 8 hours.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a while before we get to this money.
So
Come on,
is
Aubrey.
it safe to
That's only
assume
2
that
levels of
we'll never
exhaustion.
sell it? You will never sell it
No, I will once I'm done with it.
in a month?
Yeah,
Are you certain they'll still be here to purchase it?
they said they would.
People say many things.
Like
Well,
not being
even
in a
if
crime family.
even if we don't get money from it, it'll still be have been worth it. Just for the knowledge alone.
All right. You do your study. I'll be not
Oh,
studying.
I'm done for today. I've already spent 8 hours today just on this. I may love this stuff, but even I have my limits to how much I want to work in one day on one task.
Come on, Aubrey. It's only two levels of exhaustion. You'll be fine. Suck it up.
All
Y'all
you need
want
is
me
2
to
levels.
move at 20 feet a turn?
Look, all you need is 2 levels of exhaustion and vulnerability to all damage, and then you're perfect.
And a
I can
minus
hook
2
you
on
up.
every roll I make?
Come on.
No.
Move with mine.
No. But yes. So I think that's everything that I want to do for today. Anything else anybody wants to do?
Not really. I'm good. I got all my stuff.
I still just
I was
want to go
just-
shopping. So,
I was just following everyone for the day.
Jezebel, are you alright? You seemed like you've had a stick up your butt the whole time we've been up here.
Well, maybe you could help me. And Jimothy, Gleb, you could also help me.
Yes?
Just bear with me on this hypothetical. You travel with someone for long enough and live through highs and lows, and to the point where we start confessing things to one another, things that we keep private, and yet one of the people in this group seems to have kept a very important piece of themselves apart, and seems to think that surprising us while being at their family estate is a great way to figuring out who they are. So allow me to be the bearer of bad news. That's not how it's supposed to go. And granted, I probably wouldn't have had a great reaction the first time you ever told me, but preferably not being at your estate would have been the best time to find out. On this clear hypothetical, of course.
Well, you already knew I came from money.
There's a difference between coming from money and then coming from your money.
What does that mean?
Jimothy's head is moving back and forth between them, still confused on what the issue is.
I am sensing some hostility here.
Aubrey, you are many things, and an idiot is not one of them.
Jimothy connects to Gleb at this point. What are they fighting about? I don't get it.
Must be some social thing.
Jimothy just nods a little bit.
Well, you clearly have some opinions on my family, Jezebel. Why don't you come out and say it? Perhaps I was right to hide it.
No, you weren't. You were poor for it, and you were poor for how you told us, especially me. Clearly, these two don't care. They don't know any better.
Thank you, I think.
Jimothy just shakes his head at this.
My opinion is irrelevant. I was hired to do a job. But Aubrey, I'm not going to pretend that I don't care for you. I liked you, truly. And I enjoyed our company. I enjoyed having you around. But I assumed it was mutual enough that you would admit to something like this. But you didn't. You brought us here. To your family's estate. You know who they are. And you know my background.
Who are we, Jezebel? Because I don't see what your background has to do with my family.
Jezebel's just going to. Soldiers are just going to start slouching and takes a deep breath. Aubrey, you want to play the fool and play the fool, but I'm done with this conversation.
You're. You know, you really are no different from it. All those other people. I thought maybe if you got to know me, you would be more understanding. Maybe see past what everyone else sees just because we're wealthy and we are more blessed than others.
Timothy is now more confused and slightly concerned, given everyone is fully aware that he's lying in at least some regard to his spirits.
You're just like that guy in there. He's saying terrible things about my family too.
Have I insulted them?
You
Have I
insulted
come
me.
after you in any way? Have I said anything untoward to you or to your family's name?
You didn't have to say it.
Exactly. I didn't because I respected you. I gave you the benefit of the doubt of trusting you, and you still didn't tell me. You decided to surprise as a way of telling us. Gleb and Jimothy, I'm sorry, but they don't matter. They're not from here. But you knew that I was. You knew your family name and you hid it, which I understand in the beginning because I would have had a very adverse reaction towards it. But after a while, I thought you would have told me.
I did tell you.
When?
Yesterday.
My point exactly.
I'm sorry that I need time to get comfortable with people.
I just want you to understand where my problem with this is.
I don't
I
know what your
asked
problem is.
I asked you before we even got there, an hour before we got to your family's estate. What's up with your family name? At that point, you could have come clean, and I would have felt awful, but I would have known what I was walking into. At least some semblance of control of my life. But don't worry, we're all under your dollar or your coin. Sorry.
Ever since
I don't know.
somebody said the words, "Who are we?" Gleb has been muttering to himself.
I don't know what this dollar is you're talking about, but
I've read it in an old
I'm
book.
sorry I didn't give you more help. I was just scared that when you found out you'd run on.
Aubrey.
You're not the first person that would have done it. You think you are?
Aubrey, you're making it so difficult for me to not be angry. Aubrey, just off the fact that one, I was hired, and I wouldn't just leave when I was hired by a contract, especially knowing now who the benefactor is. Why would I leave you there?
I didn't want a bodyguard. I wasn't the one that hired you. It was Julia. But
Sure.
when I met you, I wanted a friend. And I thought that if you knew who I was, that wouldn't be possible.
So you took my choice away, and you had a friend under your terms, all under your control, correct? Everything you wanted, everything is under your control. No one could ever tell you otherwise. Sounds awfully similar to someone we know.
Timothy is not connecting the dots on who that would be, so looks more confused than before.
I'm not connecting the dots.
The fucking dad has everyone under his payroll, and is in control of a lot of shit. And now Aubrey was lying out of omission, not telling, and controlling the narrative of everything.
We are
Mm.
questions wrapped in flesh, born without asking, flung into a world that spins without pause.
Timothy slowly turns to Gleb.
I would have to ponder what that means, Gleb.
No, this is
Agreed.
just he's been rattling on and on and on, and this is just what you catch as everyone becomes quiet.
This motherfucker's going at it with himself.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. It wasn't right for me to hide that from you.
Aubrey, you have to understand, I don't care that you didn't tell me. It matters that you didn't trust me enough to tell me. That's what I care about. You said you wanted a friend, and yet you didn't do the one thing friends do: trust each other. I told you.
I wouldn't know that. As you can see, I don't really have a lot of other friends.
He could have tried. With us.
I would like to.
Aubrey, I want you to understand. I care for you. And I did trust you. But a little bit of that trust was broken yesterday. I still trust your intentions are pure and true. But I'll never be able to look at you and know if you're absolutely telling me the truth. Because I don't know, I can't tell the difference between you being a lie and you being truthful with us. All of us, not just me.
Timothy, did any of these stories interest you?
Timothy had stopped walking to stare at you two while you were fighting. Timothy has not once looked around at the stores because you two are fighting in the middle of the street.
There is a good like empty space around you where people have kind of walked around you. It's just kind of these people are having a moment. Let's just go around.
The best part
We are
about like that entire argument is that it was so obscure, no names were dropped. It was such an obscure argument.
You
No,
said
it's like
Aubrey a lot. What do
you know,
mean?
that's your first name. Your first name, not your last name. Your family name. That's the important part. Like those kind of names were omitted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just Aubrey.
We
It's
are-
just Aubrey. We address each other.
We are stardust with memory, trying to make sense out of the silence between the
Gleb,
stars.
are you okay?
Flickers of awareness in an ancient dark.
Gleb?
We are nothing. Maybe that's what makes us everything. Because in the face of an indifferent universe, we choose to care, create, endure, Who are we? We are the ones who ask.
Gleb, as you go on your tangent, you suddenly hear a screeching in your head from Jimothy.
Yes?
Are you done?
Done with what?
Okay, good, you're done. Let's just move on. I'm very confused and just want to continue looking around before more fighting starts. And Jimothy turns to look at the shops. Poor Jimothy is just so fucking confused. Like, he thought they were gonna have a good time, and then this shit happens. What kind of shops are in the area, John?
Around here, there's probably some minor equipment shops and potion shops.
Jimothy is going to try and look around for things that could help him in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can't really use weapons, so that wouldn't be very helpful, and his carapace is better for him than most armor. So he's gonna look for items that could be helpful to him.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I mean, unfortunately, as you begin to look through any of the magic item shops, most of the stuff that would be really, really useful is outside of your price range.
How much?
Starting at 200 gold pieces. The common items, which are nice and useful items in
What are
some
of the
cases. Let me see here.
items that are up there?
Give me a moment.
Hilariously, that would 200 gold would be 1 gold outside of my price range because I have 50 silver pieces. I have 199 gold total. Yeah, Jimothy looks at some of the items and it just kind of exhales, a little defeated. Jimothy does not have enough money for anything. He still looks around, so maybe he can save up for something that catches his eye.
Yeah, what's available?
Give me a moment. My
Yeah, he said give him a second.
my
Yeah,
opera decided to crash out on me, so
Rip.
hold, please. Anybody a fan of Let's Game It Out? I'm a fan of Let's
Yes.
Game It Out.
Hold, please. 9 hours later.
Thankfully, I'm not going to go that hard.
Check story time for the full rant.
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
Said check story time for Gleb's rant.
The things that are worth what
Yeah, what are some of the pricier items? Not that I'm going to put it on the family bill, but like,
the pricier items?
yeah.
Sure you
Yeah.
won't.
Look, I don't really care what the prices are. Jimothy is just looking for something that could be useful to him for the dungeon, and needs a price range to save up for. So just whatever you got, I'd appreciate the list.
1 second. Why are you having trouble? Oh, that's why you're having trouble. There.
Not Gleb having an existential crisis.
Yeah, for real.
I like
So I'm
how
not the
it-
only
Oh.
one.
There is a +2 Wand of the War Mage available.
Ooh.
You were saying,
That
Riley?
doesn't help.
I like how Jezebel never said what she thought about Aubrey's family.
Yeah.
She never admitted those accusations.
No, she did not.
She never denied thinking about Aubrey's family like those other people did. Whatever she understands that to be.
Yeah,
Um,
never did.
there is a. Let me see here. Yeah, there is a rod with 3 tentacles extending from it.
No.
Weird.
No.
There's a joke there. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. Moving on. What else is there, John?
There is a staff carved to look like a withered arm with a hand at the end.
What the fuck?
Can you say that again?
Staff carved to look like a withered arm with a hand at the end.
Timothy just looks more perplexed as he looks at items in
What
this
does that
shop.
one do? What does the shop teller tell us that one does?
In a second.
It don't touch it.
And a
That's what he
scroll.
tells you. Scroll of what?
Scroll of protection.
I fucking want it.
I probably made that scroll, or my family probably made that scroll.
Yeah. It is you do know it is a special scroll, not one of your regular spell scrolls. The staff the owner states it is this is a staff of withering. It allows you to wither or weaken your enemy.
Oh. How so?
Let me see here. Part of. Let me see here. It is mostly when used as a weapon. You can, as you strike, you can expend some of its magic in order to drain the strength of the enemy.
Interesting. Don't think
It's
that's
too big for
something we were looking
Jimothy.
for.
So, nope.
Oh, don't worry. As per with all magic items, these are made to scale down. Of course, what are you of the mystic arts?
Jimothy will connect to this guy, so in his head he hears, I'm more of the tell you hurtful things and your nose bleeds type.
Unfortunately, this one only is capable of being connected to by those on the little more mystic side of things. Those who call from the divine, call from nature, or have other patronages.
I can call from ghosts. Does that count?
No.
Oh. That might be a good weapon for Gleb, and he points at the ooze.
I'm sorry, what?
Timothy looks at you and points at the withered hand.
How much?
4,000 gold pieces.
Timothy
Yeah, nope.
visibly flinches.
No. We're gonna stay under
Have a
that
nice day.
price range. What about like a 2,000 gold price range, John? What do we find in that?
2,000 gold price.
Gleb walks
we-
out of the shop. Have a nice life.
We only specialize in more permanent items. We don't specialize in consumables. If you want, you can go face some of the scroll shops. Well, actually, we do sell scrolls. Those are about the extent of it. But I can give you. Let me see here. One moment. Oh, they sell everything. 1 second.
Did I say go visit one of those fancy scroll shops? No, I meant stay at my fancy scroll shop.
Basically.
We have this ring that
What
oh,
cost?
it's about 400 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It protects you from the cold.
Okay. Okay. How many more items are there? that we can
There are
look
3
into?
more items readily available.
Let's go through those ones.
Real quick.
Ring that protects you from the cold.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Timothy is going to ask, is there something that could help me more in combat?
Give me a
Item-wise?
moment.
That ring could help you. That would help you
I'll-
from like friendly fire from Gleb.
Leb can just stay in front of me and I avoid friendly fire that way.
Well, how
That-
about
I
this
meant to-
potion? For about an hour, it protects you from any source of electricity.
Lame.
Timothy shakes his head.
That'd be good if I was trying to zap Gleb again.
And here's where I put my trophy for winning the
If I had
salon. If I had one.
Well, we also have this cloak here for about 400 gold pieces. Although it only is useful for those who draw from nature for their magic.
No,
So I
none of
doubt
us.
it helps you. But I do have this, and let me see.
Timothy is wearing a cloak of protection, so shakes his head to it anyway.
We have this, and shows a set of ring mail. This is mithril ring mail.
Timothy sighs defeated and just kind of taps his carapace.
Wait. Ring mail. What does that one do?
Gives 14 AC, is considered heavy armor, but as mithril armor, it is light, it's flexible.
No,
It-
so none of us can wear that.
it-
This is just bad
yeah.
for us.
Wait,
right
what?
now. Right now.
It's
It's heavy armor.
what kind of
Yeah.
it's what kind of armor
Heavy.
is it?
Ring.
Mithril
Mithril
ring
ring.
mail.
Ring mail. What's the AC on that?
14.
Ring plus your dex.
Okay.
I think.
No,
Great.
no, it's
Yeah,
not,
not worth
plus
it.
your dex because it's just 14 straight.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
heavy.
It's
wow.
on the low end of heavy armor.
Yeah, no. That'll be that's a terrible item then. Timothy kinda sighs. There was nothing useful here I could use. Timothy will turn to Aubrey and connect to her. There's nothing that would be useful for me combat-wise here. Is there another shop that we could go to that might have something?
What?
I'd rather it be a reusable item, so not a scroll.
I don't think there's going to be many other options. Not that I know of. Usually I would get things custom made. But that may be out of your range.
I can put in a look for something specific. What are the type of things you are looking for?
Something cheap and
Ah.
affordable.
Well,
And that
what
and
is your price range?
You know, we can come back.
Certainly.
Timothy just kind of nods.
And if you come back, you might find something else to your liking. We tend to often switch out stock, often.
Sure.
Poor Timothy just wanted something to help him in combat a little bit and found nothing.
To do it, like, to offensively, you mean?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
needs a little more offensive capabilities.
He did find something. It's just way outside of his price range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he find that he could actively use that would be helpful? Because that hand would have been good for Gleb, but not Timothy.
Didn't John say that hand would use your spell attack? Was that what he was implying?
No, he said it's for those with the mystic arts.
Which
Breaking away from mechanics, it can only be attuned to by clerics, druids, or warlocks.
Oh. Oh.
yeah. And Timothy doesn't want anything that you have to attune to anyways, because he's already got 3 attuned items.
Mhm.
Oh, well, let me maybe if you're into if you want to get closer to the 2000 range, is there some do you mind if I present you with some things that may be more up your alley?
Sure. Go ahead.
Unfortunately,
Uh,
these will only be consumable items because that is
Oh.
Oh.
the very
Never
limit.
mind. Never mind.
Yeah, Timothy shakes his head at that. I need something that would be consistent. We're going back into the dungeon.
Unfortunately, this is all we have that might serve your needs at this time.
All right. Well, you can come back some other.
I appreciate it anyways. Hey, Timothy turns to leave.
It's at this point you all notice Gleb is not in the shop.
Yeah, of course he's not.
Of course not. Yeah. I was hoping to find something like the coin that I found yesterday. That I
You
got.
do not have the money for that.
Probably not. But that's what I was hoping to find so that I could at least have a price range on it for Timothy to try to save for, because he absolutely would if he thought it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume that's like a 4,000 plus item. Price range wise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so y'all know what I'm talking about, my group last night swindled a bunch of, bandits out of a bunch of gems and a couple of magic items, including a potion of clairvoyance and a coin with a feather on it that as a magic action I can flip out of my hand and up to 10 feet away, and it turns into a magic whip that I can use attack with as a bonus action.
It basically functions kind of like a spiritual weapon.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. So
Well,
I
I
was
think
hoping I
that's
could
all
find
we wanted
something
you
like
to
that
say,
for
right?
for Timothy.
That
Um,
might be it for today.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's fine.
that's it for what Timothy was looking for. He didn't find anything that would be helpful, or anything he could afford that would be helpful.
Oh well. Maybe
Yep.
next time we'll have our money.
Maybe you can search the dungeon for magic
Tomorrow?
items and spell spell books.
Yeah, tomorrow we can go and pick up all our commissioned items.
Yeah.
You mean your one commissioned item?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we're gonna head back, turn in, do the same thing tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
until we go to pick up the items.
Mm-hmm.
Aubrey,
Yes.
in the morning, Julian was his name?
Julius.
Julius! I was close. Julius does inform you, Madam Aubrey. I would like to inform you that your father should be expected to come by this evening. In fact, he would request and has sent word that he would like to have dinner with you and the adventurers hired.
Of course. Thank you, Julius. I'll let them know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where are we going today? Are we going to do the bar again, the tavern again?
Yeah, Jimothy uses any opportunity he has, downtime-wise, that, or, like, not downtime because he's actively working, but when we're not in the dungeon, he will be working at, like, the tavern to earn some coin.
Mm-hmm.
Because 23 gold in a day was pretty good.
I also gathered up my books that I had in my room that
Mhm.
were overdue.
Yeah.
Will you give Jimothy a time limit because you gotta go pick up your item, or are you gonna let him play for 8 hours again?
8 hours from the morning would bring us to like 4 in the afternoon, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
Roughly
and we
something
don't
like
need
that.
to be back until dinner, so...
Yeah, well, plenty of time to go make some stops.
Alright,
Mm.
cool. Then, yeah, Jimothy would like a full 8 hours to
Mhm.
play in the bar again.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
That is another 16 for that, so I'm going to roll another... That's another 27.
Another 27. Nice.
Yes.
Not as good this time, but still decent. 18 gold pieces.
Hey, that's 18 gold pieces I didn't have, and brings me up to 207 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Jimothy is happy with his haul.
All right.
These are my feelings on the Chimera's treasure.
Next, we can go and go pick up the books from the enchanter. From Landon.
Yep. He does present to you a helmet. It's like, this'll be the best thing. It's actually it's not a helmet. It is a circlet. Normally, this is made into a helmet, but I figured that it would be easier to
Thank you.
make it look more appropriate to you.
Thank you, Landon. That was very thoughtful
It
of you.
it will allow you to cast teleport once a day.
Does it
Okay.
require attunement?
Yes.
Oh.
You have to tie yourself to this thing, but it will allow you to cast teleport once a day.
All right, we can see if this works. I'm doubtful it will. I'm hopeful it will. But I have a realistic sense of skepticism.
Hello?
And,
Yes?
yes.
No, I thought my fucking Discord went to shit. Sorry.
Ah.
I heard like it cut out for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will take the party with all the books I left this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
will take the party over to the other shop where I put that commission, the second commission in.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Miss Aubrey. Here's your commission. And feel free to describe it.
What you all see is a very large and ornate looking barrel made of very fine mahogany wood.
You can't
Attached-
grab a new bed?
Attached with 2 straps, a gold 2 gold metal bands around the center, and then lining the top and bottom. On the back of it, where on the opposite end of the straps is a spigot with a little flowery filigree, and inscribed on the bands is Oberon Silius Squire fighting his funniest battles.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Well done. Well done, madam. Well done.
I had this made for you, Gleb, because it looks like your old one is falling apart. And
He is speechless.
if you look on the inside, it is very smooth and very waterproof. Sealed tight. Other than the spigot and the top barrel being released. Your old one looked like it was going to fall apart. And didn't really look like it was made for the job you had given it. So I had one made for it.
Club has no words.
Well, go on, try it on.
Jezebel's gonna kick Gleb in the butt.
Yeah. Yeah. And the old barrel, the straps just slip through him and it falls to the floor. And Gleb will pour himself into the new what's the word? There's a word I'm looking
Barrel?
for. No, well, yes, the barrel, but I mean, it's a special word
Receptacle?
for fancy. Anyway, the extra fancy barrel because
Cask?
words are not wording right now.
Oh, cast might be what you're looking for. John's got it there.
I was looking for just a descriptor, but that
Mhm.
works.
Keg.
Refined,
Ah, refined.
maybe.
Refined barrel or something like that.
Yes.
Like,
Now,
Exquisite. Exquisite. It was an E word. Exquisite.
Gleb is one of the
Words.
noble.
Yes.
You said you liked this title, so I had it put in there. It says, I can't read it, but I know what it says. It says Oberon's Silius Squire fighting his funniest battles.
What language?
Sylvan.
You see Gleb's little head pop out. I love it.
I'm glad you love it. And, another fun trip we're going to have to do is, we're going to be having dinner with my father.
What
Tonight?
is a father?
Parental unit.
One of the people
Parental.
who
Oh.
raised me. And I am their child.
Indeed.
I should warn you all, he is intense and does not joke around.
Hmm.
And he has high expectations.
Oh dear.
Timothy shrugs and seems unbothered.
now we need to go to the library to drop all these things off.
Is there something he expects from talking to all of us?
Say that again.
Is there something he expects from us?
Capability. And prestige.
You have your work cut out for you with the other two.
Thank you. Wait,
I don't get it.
My point exactly.
He has taught us well that we need to be capable and be prepared to take on the role of head of the family. And that
Does he pit you against each other with your siblings?
I am saying that, but he does have the expectations that we are to live up to the family name. And while Cecilia has started forging her legacy in business relations among other families and businesses and politicians, Julian has gotten very deep in the intricacies of the business. I have sought out to show the world that we show all of Waterdeep that we are here to help them too, and that's this city and the people in it mattered to us because they're the ones who gave us our blessings with the library. I was the one that started it.
Interesting.
So yes, this will be very fun.
When's the dinner?
What time is it now? It is.
It is a bit past 4.
Probably about 2 to 3 hours.
Should we dress to impress?
Yes, more than likely.
Jezebel immediately fucking dips out and looks for a fucking shop.
What
Jimmy?
is?
I know a place.
Jim- Jimothy only has his carapace, so does not bother. It just wears a cloak and has a carapace. That's it. No clothing.
I need to specify this real quick. Jezebel isn't running. There's obviously people there, and she's ignoring this crowd because she's flying over them.
That is funny.
I know a place where we can get clothes. Okay. I don't think. I wonder if she heard me.
He didn't turn around. I don't think so.
She's going in the wrong direction, actually.
So Jezebel, where are you going?
Given
The
Jezebel would
fucking-
still be within range, Jimothy will connect with her.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Aubrey-
not in range.
You
I'm not in
should be.
range. So the
'Cause-
flight thing doubles my movement to 70, and I'm dashing with the action, so that's 140. I'm out of your range.
Well, I
Okay,
guess
then
we're
you're-
following you then.
Yeah, you're gone too quick for me to connect to you. So yeah.
Let's go to the library and hopefully she'll meet us there.
So Jezebel, where are you going?
For a fucking dress shop.
Okay. I mean, there are plenty of tailors.
Literally busting through one of the fucking doors. I need a dress.
Oh my gosh, I am so tempted, but you see,
Next session.
no, not next session, something else.
Lord.
Just so happened
What
to
with
be a
her?
tiefling, Taylor.
Leave it to the dice.
Okay.
Oh no, my weakness.
If you bang another tiefling before you come and meet my father, I'm going to be pissed.
Hey, you would have to find out about it. So hush.
One second. Let me set some filters real quick.
My favorite part. If you bang another tiefling.
Right before you come
Another
and meet
one.
my father.
Riley, do the line. Do the line.
What?
Again.
Ah,
I don't play the game.
Again.
this time it is a human woman.
Oh.
Of
Ah.
infernal. Yeah, her mother's a tiefling.
Her mother's a tiefling.
Alright,
Your
I will be
mother.
right back.
But she kind of nearly drops her all her sewing equipment. Yes. You need a dress? Like
Yes.
now?
How fast can you do one tailored?
If I tailor one now, I probably will need. She kind of sizes you up. An hour, maybe.
Do it.
And she begins working.
Um,
Oh, we're going to find a suit for Gleb. Holy shit.
I
Good
wanted
luck.
to. I want it to be said that
Oh.
in this panic state while the measurements are being done,
Mhm.
Jezebel is gonna be like calming down and be like, "So, how are you?" Wait, nope, sorry, nope, can't do that.
I'm sorry.
No. Let's keep working.
What can't you do, Matt?
So,
Please do enlighten us.
so
Cat got your tongue?
Yeah, got hurt. Not mine.
Anyway, but yeah, she's able to, within about an hour, get a dress on. Now, it's not to any specific specifications. She just kind of threw on a bit of fabric and sewed it sewed it together somewhat loosely, but it looks fairly nice.
It's literally all she needs. She doesn't need super fancy because this was dropped way too soon, way too fast.
It is like simplicity. A good-looking simplicity.
She's gonna look at it and go, "Anything else you think pairs well with it?"
How about this? And she kind of puts on a small little lapel. It's nothing too fancy, but that should be it.
I'll take it. How much?
A gold piece.
She puts 2 gold pieces and just fucking books it.
Oh, thank you.
And now she's hunting for this group.
Okay.
This is after an hour.
Yeah. So after an hour, where is everybody?
We went to a different shop,
Yeah.
a different store, clothing store, that has many more workers.
Yeah. And Gleb and Timothy are being tailored.
Yes, this is
What do you mean I am being tailored? Timothy would refuse to wear any clothing.
Timothy. Please? Anything that you do is going to reflect on me at this dinner.
I don't wear clothes. They're uncomfortable and I cannot physically breathe.
They're not meant to be comfortable,
Oh, you need something to be breathable.
and the not breathing is usually part of the meant to happen.
No, you seem
I-
to misunderstand. I am a bug. I breathe through my exoskeleton. I cannot physically breathe.
I believe his respiration happens through his carapace.
If you allow us, we might be able to remedy that issue.
Timothy gives this guy the dirtiest look.
But everybody needs to be fashionable.
My cloak is just fine.
It's not.
Don, has this world
But-
come across the mystical material known as rubber?
No.
Darn.
So they are having trouble, and unfortunately, anything they will try to put you in instantly kind of somewhat gets soggy and darkens. They have to work around that.
Gleb will attempt to help by like solidifying his form a little bit.
Meanwhile, they're just trying to get Timothy to wear anything.
How
Still,
about
no matter
this?
what he does, I look wet.
Yeah, no matter what you do. How about this, sir? What about this? And he spreads a fabric that has had a whole lot of holes punched through it. They are they are punched through in patterns all through to make them look nice, but be obviously clothed. And they're the way they're punched, there's enough to where you can still somewhat breathe through it.
Timothy looks at it, looks up at the guy, and responds with, "Pinch your nose and walk around with that for a couple of hours. It would feel the same."
That's called breathing through your mouth, Timothy.
And it is not pleasant. As he reconnects to Aubrey.
Get something cotton.
All right. Sure.
That's
To be
very beautiful.
fair, Aubrey, I will point out you have seen him use the spider silk sheet that he had stolen along with the pillow. So you know silk is breathable enough for him to use. Because of how thin the material itself is.
We have these, and he kind of throws on different materials, cotton, silks. Just
Yeah,
trying to find something that works.
Make
for you.
something breathable for him that'll work in 2 hours.
I mean that's what I'm trying to do, and he
Timothy is very argumentative with this poor guy, not wanting to wear anything, but they do eventually manage to stuff him into silk.
and the silk is also perforated as well to add extra breathability.
Timothy is very unhappy.
See, it works.
It is still hard to breathe.
I apologize, sir. To give credit, many ladies have trouble with corsets, and it's reported that's a similar issue. So you're not the only one who has trouble with these.
Why would they bother
fashion.
wearing them then?
Aubrey currently getting stuffed into one.
Yeah.
This
Oh.
is a terrible idea. Why would anyone do this? This is
It's
awful.
not meant to be comfortable, Timothy. It's meant to be fashionable.
It's meant
Fashion is
to
a terrible thing. Burn
to
it.
look good and impress. Don't worry.
Timothy, the
With
bug
all
who is afraid of
clothes,
fire and
you will be
spiders,
the
burn it.
best. You will be the most famous bug in all of Waterdeep.
I don't need to be famous. I need to breathe.
You still can breathe. We've made sure you can breathe.
This guy gets another dirty look, and Jimothy 100% contemplates insulting the guy. Then remembers what happened last time he insulted somebody, so just kind of gives him a dirty look. Poor Jimothy doesn't like the guy, but doesn't want to actually hurt the guy.
All right, that'll be fun too.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
But
Yeah,
yes,
this is gonna be a fun next session.
now it is time to end the
Also,
session.
that is also being put on the family tab.
Yes, of course it is.
All right, 3-piece suit and a top hat for Gleb.
Hell yeah!
Hey everybody, thank you for making it this far at the very least. Just want to say, hey, if you want to support my channel, it would be awesome if you liked, subscribed, commented, all that fun stuff. If you want to add a little bit of extra support on there, go to my Ko-fi channel. The link will be in the description. Right now, I don't know if the link is actually clickable or not, but I'll have the actual URL you need to go to that you can just copy and paste into the browser. But yeah, you can go to my Ko-fi page, hire me as a game master, even just like subscribe, get some little extra fun stuffs. Or I mean, you can check out my other store and see if anything there intrigues you. Just there for a little bit of extra support. I'm trying to make sure that I can keep myself self-sufficient on this stuff, and every little bit helps. Thank you very much for watching this, and I hope to see you in the next video.